Starting off with the women's section. For some unknown reasons, Marcus Burnett's wife, who was portrayed by Teresa Randall in the 3 previous movies, was recasted with Tasha Smith in her spot. There was nothing majorly wrong with Tasha Smith, but it did make Part 4 more confusing and less connected to the first 3 movies. I also didn't feel anything from Will Smith's wife in this, portrayed by Melanie Lee Bird. And hearing her real British accent in this movie, I prefer her acting American-sounding voice heard in Power, Book 2, Ghost. I also didn't care for Tiffany Haddish in a cameo scene either. Vanessa Hudgens and Paola Nunez each continue to be hot as hell and easy on the eyes. Director Michael Bay, who directed the first 2 movies, continues to cameo like he did in Bad Boys 2 and Bad Boys 3. So look out for the Michael Bay cameo again. Jacob is alright as Will Smith's son, Armando, coming back from Part 3. A side character from Bad Boys 1 and Bad Boys 2 briefly returns in a blink or you miss it moment. Introduced in Bad Boys 2, Dennis Green comes back as Reggie. And Reggie indeed has an engaging and standout scene that pumped up the audience in many theaters. The main villain, McGrath, portrayed by Eric Dane, was very generic and seemed like baddies we've already seen in many other movies before this. Although Joe P., Risky Business, Goonies, Matrix 1, Memento, although Joe P. was murdered in Part 3, his character is still very much felt in Part 4, Ride or Die. So much so that some scenes even felt somewhat spiritual in nature. And I like spirituality discussions. The 2 central characters still have great chemistry, and towards the end of this movie, there's even a reference to the infamous Oscar slap. Lauren Balfe doesn't disappoint when it comes to the music in many of all these movies. Some of the action felt like video games at sometimes. The action felt like video games. There was no mid-credit or end-credit scenes added on after that last barbecue park scene, like there were an added-on mid-credit scene at the end of Part 3. The only movie of the 4 so far to have a mid-credit scene is the end of Part 3, but 4 doesn't have any scenes you need to stay after if you want to leave after that end park scene, a barbecue park scene. But I wouldn't mind if we eventually got a Bad Boys 5 at some point. If I had to grade Bad Boys 3, Ride or Die, I would give it a 3 out of 4 Kazatskas, 3 out of 4 Kazatskas, again, 3 out of 4 Kazatskas, woo! Or an 8 out of 10 on the entertainment scale, or a B minus. Support your local movie theater throughout the decade of the 2030s with a community of strangers to see Bad Boys 4 and Deadpool 3 this summer, because most movies were meant to be seen theatrically, and because streaming movies at home online is just not the same thing at all. It's not the same thing at all from all of the theatrical-like experiences that we get in this life. Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys. We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life. Everybody dance and have a good time. One more time. Everybody dance and have a good time. This is Millennial Man Motions Entertainment, LLC. Signing out.